you doing okay? It's quiet? It shouldn't be quiet? Did you enjoy last weekend? Have you been in the journey together? 3 of you, yes? Did you enjoy it? Thank you to all who helped us to run that event. So we appreciate everything what you have done. And today I'm going to start a new series. And I'm going to start and I'm going to finish. How incredible it is. Like in KDM, we preach in series. And today we have the series of one. Wow. That's going to be amazing. I start and I finish. It sounds lonely too. Say, hey, if you're in KDM, it's your home. Just, last week, our incredible, event, journey together when we just, we're learning how to, grow in God and just push for more. And it's amazing to dream together. And today I want to share my heart, and it's as I was standing in front, I was talking to Pastor Josiah, I'm thinking how incredible it is that, we dreaming of bigger things, but actually, this Sunday, it seems like we have incredible team in the church. We have incredible people serving. It's just happened that this weekend, it's me all over the place. And I'm like, what's wrong? We're going to plan. We're going to do new things. And I'm like, where did everybody go? So it's that's always fascinating that, when you want to move and step into the new things, that things are happening. And it's you can be either discouraged or you just push through because anything, nothing should stop us, right? So there are things I'm not discouraged, by the way. It's just funny that sometimes we just have everything is smooth, everything is running. I have my entire team. I have even extra people. And today, half the team is sick. The others are just gone. And it's just where did you all go? And, it's just the funny Sunday that I'm just but it's okay. We're going to dream still because it's not about how I feel. It's not about what we see, but about what God is about to do, right? Because we are living by faith, not by sight. Thank you so much. Wow. I have the first front. It's if you want to join me, the preaching, it's the first row. They give me the points. They give me the thing. If you want always the preacher preach well, you need to support him and just encourage him, Hey, I don't know about you, but I'm one of those guys who I'm always when you go somewhere, you just do you see this the red bottoms that you just kind of feel the red bottoms are for a reason. And I don't know why, but it's why they make it red. I mean, I know why they make red, but I think the red bottom, it stirs somewhere on the wall that you just kind of feel like you want to touch it. Are you with me? Are you one of those people that you go? It's if you're in the toilet, there's all of a sudden, there's this the green, the yellow stream ended with the red thing. And you just feel I just want to push this. I don't know what is it. I just want to do it. But if you go the same, somewhere in the places, then you go and all of a sudden you just see those red bottoms and bottom, and you just think, I just want to touch it and see what is it, because it just stirs on the wall. I mean, there's the entire wall, but you see the one bottom. You just see it, and you just I need to touch it. If you know our family, you know that my wife, she is the rule keeper. So she is the one that, if we go as a family, that, she follows all the rules. So in Poland, if you know, most of you, foreigner here, so it's a new country. So when there's a red light, you stop. It's not kind of like in England, that it's kind of suggestion. It's it's better to watch out, but it's suggestion. In Poland, it's no. There's no one. No one. No car, no pedestrian. Is a red, it's red. You stop. So my wife is like that. If she sees the red, she stops. I'm not like that. So I'm for me, most of the times it's suggestion. So, and sometimes it gets you into troubles. Sometimes it's expensive suggestion, especially in Poland. So when I was younger, I have a creativity story. So I had to create a story. So when the police stopped me, I had to pick up very quickly with the creative idea why I ran at red. Yes, I was lying, but I was trying not to pay. So that's me. But today I want to talk to you about something. What I think it's gonna help us to think of some what I believe is some kind of a bottom in our life that we as a Christian we're using. But there is two things we can use the red button for. And I'm gonna explain in a few minutes. But there is a story in the Bible I want to read today. So it's a story that it's in second book. It's in Exodus. And that's the story about the God's people, Israel, who left Egypt. And, God spoke to them that He's going to give them the promised land. He said, like, I'm giving you promised land, but you need to trust me. You need to go on the journey with me. And there's the one point that we need to learn from the beginning of the Bible, that God has the destiny and the promised land for each one of us. We are not here just to survive. For many times, I think, like, as a Christian, I don't know how long are you a Christian, but for many times, as some Christians, we thought we are here to survive until Jesus returns or until we get to heaven. We are not for this here. We are here to possess the promised land that God has for you and for me. And today I want to encourage us that we start to believe again that He is a promised land for you and for me that we have to take. But there is an option. You can take it, or you can kind of be on the way. We can be like panicking Christian, but panicking believers. You know what? That many of us are panicking believers? Because we panic because we don't believe. Well, we call it that it's kind of like panicking believers? Yes, because you believe in something that you know it's not going to happen. So you're still a believer. So anyway, we just go to back first to the story. So we have this Israelites. They left just Egypt. They got to the point. There's a little problem. The problem is called the sea. So to get to the promised land, there is a sea. Quite a little problem to get there. It's promised, but there is a problem. And it's like when we read that story, it's a chapter 14th, and the verse starts from verse 10. We read that all of a sudden they notice something else, that the Egyptians are following them. So we have a sea, and we have Egyptians. I don't know about you, but I was still thinking of the bottom that will just help me to use as an emergency. So we read the story. So we read the story. It's 14th. And then there is a story. The verse 10. As Pharaoh approached the Israelites, looked up, and there were Egyptians marching after them. They were terrified and cried out to the Lord. They said to Moses, "Was it because there was no grace in Egypt that you brought us to the desert to die?" I love that. God gave the promise, and then all of a sudden we see the problem. What have you done to us by bringing us out of Egypt? Of course, there's always someone to blame. Didn't we say to you in Egypt, "Leave us alone, let us serve the Egyptians"? It would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the desert. Moses answered to people, "Do not be afraid, stand firm, and you will see the deliverance that the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still." Then the Lord said to Moses, "Why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move on." What a story, that God is promising the promised land, the whole nation is living, and all of a sudden, they're like, "We want to go back." They want to go back because they know, there was like old good old times. The truth is that all of us, we like the good old times. The only problem is that the good is not really good. We kind of, when you go back, you think that it was good, but it wasn't good. God was delivering them from, from the place of slavery, but somehow they forgot everything what was happening there. And very often we forgot where God called us from, what He has brought us to, and we just we want to go back because, it was easier. Why it was easier? Because we knew what was happening. Even if it was evil, it was still my evil. Even there was a pain, it was still my pain. I know my pain. My wife for the last few weeks, she has a pain. It's her pain. It's still, I know the pain. I learned how to walk with the pain. It's my pain. And we know even we don't like it, it's still ours. So we just kind of get a feel, it's kind of like, oh, that's my kind of part of my life. So I'm gonna live with this because this is my life. And these are the Israelites. Why did you take us from there? They forgot about the promised land. They get to the point when Moses is telling them, hey, you're not going to see them. And God is telling him, why are you crying out to me? Make them move. I want to encourage us this afternoon, church, that for the season that is coming to us, that we're going to make a move. There is a one button that there's a one button you can use for two different things. You can use it as an exit, or you can use it as an emergency. If I be a Moses, I probably use this as emergency. Hey, there is the army, there is a sea. Send the fire, emergency. Just send your fire. Do something, God, that I will see that you just, bring the solution. Or there is something different that I believe Moses, that he has a different spirit, because he actually realized that it's not about just rescuing me, but it's about entering to the new place. This can be a button to exit. So it's actually not, running from something, but running to something. And there's a difference that you and I, we can do in our life, because we can always run through something. And we always use the exit. Emergency. I need God. I need the rescue. I need Him to rescue. I need Him to rescue me from this. I need Him to rescue. And they think all the time, He's rescuing me from my mistakes. He's rescuing me from my decision. He's rescuing me from the things I have done. He's rescuing me when I put myself. He's rescuing me because I am in this place. But actually, what if the same button I'm going to use for entering for what is coming for? Because if you're just rescuing, if you just want something that is just coming from, you just look at yourself in the position when you are. I always love my son. This is my son, younger one. Yeah. When we use it as an emergency, we're just looking at this place and right now. But if I look at this as an exit, actually I see my promised land, and I'm asking for, open the gate, open the sea, open whatever it's coming, because I want to get to the place that you want me to come. It's the same situation, but different approach. You can ask for the rescue, or you can ask for exit. The exit, it means that you're stepping into the promised land, whatever God is calling you. And today I want to call you and call all the dreams, everything that you've been dreaming for many, maybe years. There's another story in the New Testament. There was Paul and Silas. They were in the prison, and they preached the gospel. They were in the prison, and they were at night, and we know the story that they start praying, they start worshiping, and I'm thinking, what button they were using? They didn't think of being rescue. They've been thinking of we are here for a purpose. We are here for such a time like this. We are here, so we're going to do what God wants us to do. So God open, just make an exit. Whatever there is, we are ready for it because it's such a different approach. And you know, quite often, we as a people, we just like happy with the place where we are. As a KDM, the last few months have been, crazy. They were crazy, but they were amazing. It was crazy because of the war and because after the COVID, everything else. But we see we have 3 services. We have 3 full services. And we're thinking, wow, this is crazy. We just have a water baptism. And today, few people came to me, Pastor, where's another water baptism? I'm like, wow, that's amazing. People are getting saved. This is so exciting. But the thing is, even in the promised land, I'm happy in my part. But God is saying, I give you the whole promised land. You need to take the whole promised land, not just the place that you feel comfortable. And I think for many times, I don't know about you, but I think I start to feel comfortable because it just seems like all is working so good. It's so great. But God is actually saying, push, so the other door will be open. Push, and I give you the buildings. Push, and open new services. Push, start new churches. Push, so things will happen. How? I don't know. Pastor, you have a great team. Yes, but where are they today? Push, possess the land. Don't feel comfortable with what God has for you now because there is more. There's a more. For the next season, I believe in the next few months, we're going to see something incredible in this place. We are dreaming already. We are about to start. We will start a few services in the south of Krakow and maybe in Silesia and a few other places with you. With you. Because you will dream with us. And we'll step into it. How? I don't know. But I don't want to be the guy who is just doing, Father, come help me, come help me. I want God. Open the door, open the things because we want to see greater things. Ask the KDM, where are you today? Where are your dreams? Yesterday I said to my friend, hey, there is the video projector. Go figure out how it works. The World Cup is coming. You can take it with you to school. You can watch games at school. I think, good idea. Pastor Philip, he would be like, oh yeah, come on. My son. That, I don't know any teacher who will let me do it. We have no room. There's no time. He started to make a list of things that we cannot do it. And I was like, seriously, I'm tired of listening to you, what we cannot do it. Just, if you take this, take a chance. Take a chance and believe that, something can happen just because you can. As a Christian, we don't believe that God can do it. You know what? For so many times, we don't believe that God can do great things. We don't trust Him. We don't trust Him enough. We give Him our reasons. We give Him our logic. And we tell Him, hey, what about this? What about that? What about that? If I would be a Moses, I would have quite a few reasons why we shouldn't move. If I be alone, I will have a hard problem. I will have, a problem. The sea, army, but you have entire nation with you. Another problem. The nations who probably wants to kill you. It was a stupid idea. Pastor Josiah wasn't. It was so nice a few months ago. You know what? A few months ago, we had 2 services. So nice. Our budget was about 20-something thousand zloty a month. It wasn't that nice, but we were surviving. But then something happened. And it's not because of the war, but about the people who decided, let's believe that actually we can enter the place that we never thought we can. We start to see that the church that was about 200 plus people start serving thousands and thousands and thousands of people. That we'll be able to be a channel to send millions of zloty and dollars. And then I will be happy. Such a great story. We can make a PowerPoint presentation. But there's a switch. That either you trust God or you want to stay in your comfort zone. So God didn't bring us to this place so we will just be happy with what we got. Because there is a promised land, entire promised land that we have to conquer. And we need to do it with you. It's not a Pastor Zbigniew dream, it's our dream. But we need to switch from my panicking believer to the trusting believer. That I can trust that with him everything is possible. We can have millions of reasons why not me. I can give you 2 million why not me. But still, God says to Moses, stop crying to me. Make them move. Stop asking. Move. But I don't know. Move. Move. Just move. There's a trust. And you know what is great? If there's a group of people, that if I start panicking, there's someone else who like, trust the Lord, Pastor Zbigniew. We are right now in the place that we need to make decision. And honestly, I am like, my heart and my heart is like this. I'm coming from the panic to the promise. But I want to learn, that it's not the emergency, it's the exit. God, I don't know the answer. I don't know what will happen. In the 2 Corinthians, we read the whole, there's a great testimony of Apostle Paul. He said, I've been stoned. I've been, on the rock. And he made a list what happened to him. And I'm reading his story, I'm thinking, if that would be me, I will cry out like, how poor baby I am. But somehow, he looked at his life as an exit button. He said, you know what? I'm growing from glory to glory. I want to see more. And I see other people seeing God in me and through me. And I want to encourage us that each one of us start to believe for the greater things in our life. What God spoke to you? He is. Yes and amen. Yesterday in the academia that we have in here, Pastor Josiah shared the story of this great Chinese, was he doctor or scientist? He studied the Bible when it comes to the food. And he said, I'm going to study what the Bible teach about the food, how we should eat. Guess what? The scientists came to the point that the Bible that was written a few thousand years ago proves that everything what the doctor said now, it's true. Everything here, when it comes to diet, if we follow this, we will live like healthy life. And as a proper Christian, we all said, wow. I'm sitting there thinking, how poor are we that we have wow, that somebody said the Bible is true, and we're like, wow, didn't know that. But that's us. We catch ourselves like, wow, Pastor said, is this really true? That the scientist, he proved that the Bible is true. Wow. What if we trust our God? We put a faith. He is, by the way, He is your rescue. He is your rescue. But He's more than the rescue. He calls you to your destiny. So He's not rescuing you just so you'll be surviving, but He's rescuing you so you can reach your destiny. And that's the point that we need to change our mind. He's rescuing me today. He's giving you a miracle today, not so you have a rescue today, but actually you're reaching for your destiny that He called you to. So we have a good Sunday here, but that's not our destiny. This is not our destiny. There's more. There is more. And we're going to believe that the next few months, I am believing that we double. It means like a few hundred new Christians. It doesn't mean that we need to have 7 services here. Pastor Philip can have it. It's an inside joke, sorry. But we can. He can. Let's put our trust in Him. He's more than the rescue God. He's a God who gives us destiny. He gives us a promised land. He gives us places that we need to dream of. I just dare you to dream again. With God. Not your own dreams, but with Him. With Him. He says, stop. Stop calling me. Make a move. Make a move. Why don't you close your eyes for a second? In your spirit, make a move. Make a move now. Don't tell your God what you can't do, because He knows that you already knew that before. Even if you need to be rescued today, He will come to rescue today, but He's rescuing you for something. He's rescuing you for something to bring a difference in His kingdom.